Hey everyone, welcome back. So this might genuinely be one of the most important guitar lessons I've ever made, because by the end of this in-depth masterclass, you'll be able to find any note on the fretboard just like that. A lot of guitar players know a few shapes or patterns, but they still feel lost when they try to move around the fretboard while improvising, right? That's because they spend all their time memorizing instead of understanding how the neck actually works. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step the all-time best fretboard cheat codes and methods, the kind of stuff that makes navigating the guitar neck feel almost effortless. I highly suggest you to learn each step one at a time, then giving yourself at least a full day to completely internalize it so that you can build a solid foundation and master the entire neck eventually. Now grab your guitar and also have a coffee. Let's decode this fretboard together. Alright, the first and the most important step is to learn the names of the open strings. So many people skip this part and eventually get frustrated because this is like the solid foundation of a building. So it goes like this: E, A, D, G, B, and E again. As you may figure out, that's a small cheat code right there. The first and the sixth string are the same note. So whatever you play here, we will the same note on the string too. You can practice learning these open notes like this. Ask yourself randomly, which one is this string? D, answer it, and then quickly ask another one, which one is this? B, answer it. After you feel like you can instantly respond, you can move to the next step. So E, D, A, G, E, E, B, D, right, like that. The second step is to learn what the dots on the fretboard represent on the low E string. Just by learning this one string, you'll be able to find the root note of almost any song, and later on it will help you find major and minor chord shapes much more easily. Before we continue, let's quickly talk about intervals. A distance of one fret is called the half step, and the distance of two frets is called a whole step. Half step, whole step. There's also one very important rule you should memorize right now. Only E to F and B to C are half steps. Those are half steps. That means only E and B notes don't have sharps. Now let's figure out the entire E string together. We already know the open string is E. So what comes after E? F, right? Because E has no sharp. That means moving up just one fret, a half step takes us to F. Then another half step takes us to F sharp. But instead of trying to memorize every fret individually, focus mainly on the fretboard dots. Like these. They make everything way easier to visualize. Most of the notes with dots are natural notes, and the frets between them are usually the sharp notes, like A, A sharp. So after F, a whole step takes us to G, like two frets, two. This is G, which is the first dot on the E string at the third fret. Alright? Another whole step gives us A. Then another whole step gives us B. Now remember this, B to C is a half step. That's why C is right next to the B here. Then a whole step from C gives us D. And finally another whole step takes us back to E again, at the 12th fret. So this is where the fretboard starts repeating itself. The guitar actually helps us here by marking the 12th fret with two dots, right? Whenever you reach those two dots, everything starts repeating. So if you know the first dot on the E string is G, then the dot after the 12th fret is also G, like, right? You see? It's really easy. Like, what's our second dot? A, right? So that's A. Like the second after the two dots. Like, memorize that way. A, B, like C. Make sure to practice this step the same way you practice the open strings. Ask yourself, what note is this dot? A, right? What is this? B, what is this? G, what is this? G, because it started repeated itself after the 12th fret, right? So this is E. What is E? Like, practice it like that. Once you get comfortable with these notes, finding the sharp notes becomes super easy. For example, where is A sharp? Well, you already know A is on the dot at the 5th fret, right? The second dot. Visualize it that way. So A sharp must be 1 fret higher. Here's our A sharp. So where's A sharp after it started repeating itself after the 12th fret? Alright. It's the second dot, right? Boom. We have A. 1 step higher. A sharp. It's that easy. So keep practicing it like this until finding notes on the E string feels completely automatic to you. After learning the low E string, you can find pretty much any note on the fretboard after I show you the cheat codes. But if you additionally practice the A string similarly, it will be even more better after the next steps. Just start the same way. So we know our A string. A whole step from it is B, right? So 2 frets. 1, 2. And we have the B. If you go 1 fret, a half step, you will have A sharp. Don't make it complicated though. Just know that E to F and B to C is a half step. So after B we have C, which is the first dot on the A string, 3rd fret. Then we have D, E, and remember the half step rule again, F, E, F. And a whole step from F is G. As you notice, we reached the 12th fret again, 2 dots, and here's our A, and it will start repeating itself. You may also ask, why do we have to learn only E and A strings, right? So learning these will help you to find chords and scale shapes instantly. For example, if you want to play A major's first shape, you'll just place your hand on the 5th fret here according to the E string, like the second dot. It's so easy to see, right? A. Apply the major chord's first shape, which will I'll show you. And boom, you have A major chord. If you then want to play that chord but on the A string to create a variation on the song, then you know your A note here, because it starts repeating itself on the like 2 dots here, like 12th fret. Apply the second major chord shape, and you have the A major chord here. It will also help you to navigate between the pentatonic and other scales too. So let's choose E minor blues pentatonic. So here's our E. And after the 12th fret, it will start repeating itself. So here's our E, like 12th fret, right? We know that. Let's play the pentatonic scale here. What about on the A string? So now we memorize that the 3rd dot on the A string is E, right? C, D, and E. Let's play the same pentatonic shape here. And boom, like you'll start to like play the same licks on different parts of the neck, and you'll start to gain freedom after that. So let's move on to the 3rd step now. Now for the 3rd step, we will have a look at the ultimate cheat code to find any note on the fretboard if you nailed the 2nd step. It's called the octave shapes. The first octave shape is going 2 strings down and 2 frets up from the notes on the E or A string. So let's pick G on the E string. We already know this note by seeing the 3rd fret dot here, right? According to the rule, we have to go 2 strings down first. So it will be on the D string. Now we have to move 2 frets up. 1 and 2. Boom. We have the G note on the D string. Let's do another one. Let's find B. So we have G, then A, and B here, right? Like the 3rd dot on the E string. Now go down 2 strings and move 2 frets up. 1, 2. Here we have the octave of B. You can basically use this finger shape and find any note like this. It's always the same. You don't have to memorize D, G, or B strings after that. Let's pick another one on the A string now. So let me find E here. Let's apply the same shape and see what's going to happen. And here we go. It says we have an E here on the G string. Now you can play any note anywhere you like. For example, let's use it on the Heartbreaker riff by Led Zeppelin. If we play it on B. Let's apply the same shape here. Here we have B, right? Let's play the same riff here. And boom, we can play it here now. Even with this much information, you can now find every note on the keyboard. You can also use the same rule here on the D string. However, because of the interval rules, rather than going 2 strings down and 2 frets up, we'll go 2 strings down and 3 frets up this time. 1, 2, 3. So for the D string only, just memorize this finger shape. And you can find any note on the B string. For example, let's find out the so-called tough note to find, G sharp. We found G sharp by looking at the first dot on the E string and move a fret. If you want to find the same note on the D string here, we use our previous shape and boom. Now let's use the D string shape here. Go down 2 strings and move 3 frets up. And here we go, we have the G sharp here on the B string. For the high E string, you already know that. It's the same as this string here. So we have G sharp here. You can also use these octave shapes to thicken up the one note melodies like Hendrix. He used it pretty regularly with the pass it on riff, for example. It's like playing this melody here. But when you add the octave, you'll have a more powerful sound. So the step 3 is basically a vertical approach to find notes. Now let's move to the next step for a horizontal approach. So now we know how to find the notes starting from the low strings. But what about the high strings here? Are there any cheat codes for that? Well, of course. Now, if you go 1 string up and 5 frets to the side, we'll find the octave of that note. Now let's find G accordingly. Go 1 string up and 5 frets to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Boom, we have the G note here for the B string. So it's pretty much the same thing for E, G, D and A strings. But when it comes to the B string, remember the interval half step rule. Because of that, we'll go 1 string up and 4 frets to the side here. So let's work now. Let's find A sharp. We know that we have it right here, right? So if we apply this rule, we know that we have another one here on the B string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go back to the step 2 rule. If you go up 2 strings and 3 frets down, we'll also have it here. And let's apply the first shape now. You see we have it here. Same thing also works after the 12th fret. Now you can find any note you like on the fretboard with only using these 4 steps, but let me give you another cool one here. Players often use it to tune their guitar fast. It only works on the 5th fret. If you play the 5th fret E and play the A string open, they are the same. It's an outcome of the step 4 rule. If you play the A note here, let's go 1 string up and 5 frets to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it's the same thing. So the same thing applies for all strings except the G and B. We have to play the 4th fret for that. So it's a pretty basic and a cool trick to instantly find the notes here on the 5th and the 4th fret. You can also tune the rest of the strings if you only have a correctly tuned string. Hope you find it helpful, guys. As I mentioned before, work on these step by step, and after learning all of them, just pick a note and try to find every one of that note on the entire neck using these methods and cheat codes. If you have any questions and tutorial suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next time. Bye.